Doo-doo-doo-doom. Yeah, we're live indeed. Good evening, everyone. One more Tuesday, one more wonderful Tuesday, Winter Tuesday. 2 weeks till Christmas, 2.5 weeks till New Year, and all that stuff, if I may say like that. And we have our not last, but before the last one, guest for tonight. We have a special guest star tonight, which is coming from a really big country, and it's basically from United Kingdom, of course, and he have a funny accent, a little bit, very nice accent, a little bit. So we have Azure MVP also tonight, and our guest tonight is Nicholas Chang. Welcome, my friend.
Welcome. So it's glad to be invited to this podcast, Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine. I must be honest. I really checked, and I must share that officially now. So it will have some recording later. When
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, first of all, what you don't know, and before this, for everyone that are watching now, we have a small catch up with Nicholas, by the way. But what I don't share with him, and now I want to share that his podcast also, because this person, our guest, have a podcast, was a really the trigger a little bit. I mean, I was watching a lot and all that stuff, so I must be honest with all of you guys that
Yeah.
the podcast of Nicholas was also my small motivation. I must be honest. So where I said, yeah, Nicholas is doing. Let me try. Let's do it, and then we will invite each other later. Maybe we can discuss and so on and so
Yeah.
on. So on top of that, mate, thank you for the motivation. Thank you. Bring it back to the community, if I may say like that. I don't know. I'm really thankful to you because you really motivated me. Also with the guest inviting, and then I saw every week you have something, and I said, yeah, let me try something like Nicholas, and let's see how it will go. And let's be honest, we are not really we are technical on the work that we do, but
Yeah.
we are not camera people, camera 3,000 euros, microphone 10,000 euros, lights from
No.
here and there. We are really technical guys that we really
Yeah.
want to motivate the others, which I really like it to your side. It's basically just a basic setup. You start and you want to share the motivation and inspiration, and
Yeah.
basically with this, I want to conclude and thank you. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks. Yeah, it's all about the motivation, motivate one another in a way to help people learn and grow.
True.
So glad
That's
I can
true.
help you.
True. True. On top of that, this morning I checked on the Copilot. I checked on the GPT. When I was creating that, I really wanted to be motivation for the younger generation, for the new
Yeah.
people also, and all that stuff. I mean, the goal is the same for you, if I may say like that. The goal of your podcast, I wanted to say. So I searched it today, and when I was creating, I said my inspiration, your motivation is not written by any big Aristotle or
No.
Michelangelo. So I can,
Yeah.
how it's called, to brand that as a mine. So, or we can do it, our inspiration, your motivation. So I think it can align
Yeah.
really a
That's a
lot.
nice quote to put it
Indeed,
like that.
indeed.
Yeah.
And I think both of us, that's the main idea. I mean, sometimes also we struggle with motivation. I mean,
Yeah.
work, life, and all the stuff that is happening. So I think it's good to motivate the others and how it goes and when it goes, how it started, what it started, and where
Yeah.
they to
Because I
focus.
think we all do it just to inspire others as well as just having fun, meet new people. So since you're
Yeah.
in Netherlands, I wouldn't be able to meet you in person unless I go in Netherlands. So this is one way to meet new people and then talk
Yeah,
about
but
some tech. Whatever
yeah,
mine would just be talking about any new things, features in Azure or anything really. Whether
true.
it's someone achievement, someone like career advice or Azure related to Microsoft. So just help
True.
inspire someone else.
True. That's true. But as we discussed, next year we will have a catch up and we will see each other in Netherlands. And basically, we will drink a beer and discuss a lot of things. Nice. My first question to you:
Yeah,
How
sure.
is how it was on Microsoft Ignite? First of all,
So Microsoft. So it was my first experience at Microsoft Ignite because
That's why I
I
asked,
think
because
2 weeks
I
ago
never
or three
been.
weeks ago.
I never been. That's why I'm asking, mate. Never been. That's why I'm asking like this. I hope next year. That's why I wanted to ask with you how it is, how it was the first experience.
So there's a lot of it's a lot of good sessions. There's a lot of the group people together. So there's one expo hall, and then there's all the partners, all the attendees as well. So it's everyone is able to you can be able to network with, and if you can see lots of friends from the community there in one area. And then even though the city is good, Chicago is quite good as well. So it's quite freezing that time. So I think overall it was quite good because it was my first time, and if whenever I need help with something, because I was helping if the one of the booth expert the booth, and then
Yeah,
there's always someone that will be to help you, assistant, whether it's someone in PM in a team with PM project manager in a team in a product. Yeah.
yeah.
So everyone's very friendly. So when you go there, you will see a lot of familiar faces that's in the community. So you see, some of them include your inspiration. So whether it's mine could be seeing the famous Thomas Meyer
Mauer.
talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
and then we were to see lots of famous people from the Microsoft community as well. So it was it was very good. So I'm looking
Nice,
forward to it. I had an awesome
nice.
day at first time.
Yeah, I saw a lot of pictures on your profile on LinkedIn.
Yeah, most of these is pretty much networking with the wider community because majority of the sessions you can watch it online again.
Yeah,
So I normally, to be honest, I only went to 4 sessions because of the majority of the time I just spent catching up with people or in a booth as well. So
yeah,
I find that that's more important than watching session because you can watch it in the weekends when you're back.
yeah.
It's always online. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Also, the recorded either in your plane, either later when. And let's be honest, after the conference, it's a lot of around you because we are part of that community, if I may say like that. So you will
Yeah.
hear a lot of stuff basically that is happening. So you will be aware what is happening. Really
Yeah.
nice.
So
Yeah,
next year is going to be next year is going to be at San Francisco, November. So that's the one that I look forward to. San
indeed, indeed.
Francisco is an amazing place I've been, so it's quite
Nice,
it's gonna yeah, it's
nice.
most likely to be for a week, so it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a
Indeed.
lot bigger from this year. So I
Yeah,
think every year they're gonna get it improving. And the main
yeah,
idea is that Microsoft build it and improve it and go bigger, like conference and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
all
A lot of also mentioned, maybe it's good to share that this was one of the, well, what it is, what I heard also from Gregor, but also from Sasha Kranyas. Basically, this is completely, it was how to say, the same what was happening before COVID, they said, because now it was really
yeah,
a big amount of people,
yeah,
a lot of networking. The people were just going chit chat with everyone just to connect each other, and
yeah. Because it's
finally,
one of the large one post-COVID, that's what people said. Because they
yeah,
want to, yeah, and that's why people think that the old Microsoft Ignite, like Orlando style, is probably coming back soon. That's why maybe next year. So
nice. That's nice, nice to hear. So a lot of things or a lot of planning for the next 1 2 years. We
yeah,
hope and cross fingers that COVID will never come back, of course, and that type of stuff, if I may call it like that, so we can go and network with people and do the stuff. That's nice to hear. Nice. I was following you during that. I saw a lot of pictures and a lot of stuff from you. I must be honest. Every day you have some updates about it and what is happening, which
yeah,
was
it was
really
amazing.
indeed, which was really quite interesting to see. When you're not there, you read, yeah, this is the latest news, this is a new thing, this is new coming out, and all the stuff.
Yeah,
But at the end, it was a huge hole with a lot of stands there, a lot of people, networking, and all the stuff, which is quite nice experience.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
this year's theme was more of a agentic theme of agents in AI,
yeah, yeah,
and because there's lots of AI features out as well.
nice, nice, nice. It was a lot of announcements. I mean, for us from home, I think we can read this also the book of news because
Yeah.
they shared with us before the conference, if I may say like that. And basically, there was a lot of things going on. Connecting to the agents and Copilot. How many time you spent, if I may ask, or do you spend a lot of time with the Copilot using these AI things, AI technologies within Azure? And what is your, how to say, on the next 5 years, for example, if you need to answer, what is your opinion about 5 years from now? What it will happen with the Copilot and all these AI things, mate? If I may ask like that.
Copilot on AI is not going anywhere, so it's always going to get better. And then Microsoft is just putting some like building more of a enforcement, or like whether it's more on Defender Cloud feature to be able to work alongside a
Yeah,
Copilot, whether it's being Copilot a great Copilot Studio, anything. And we just think of it as more of a agent style stuff. You just use to automate and just like your assistants, whether
yeah,
it's doing something to help your daily work and thing as well. But it would not uh, get rid of your job or something. The It would still be there. We just like think of it like a companion, basically.
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. And I think with these agents now, I'm expecting in 2025 because they announced on the Ignite also. So now
Yeah,
it will become part from all Office products. And why I'm saying this, because Office products, let's be honest, whenever we started with IT, if let's call it like that, with the computers, the
yeah,
first things are on the most of the people that first tried is the Office 365 things, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or whatever. So now with the agents, everywhere will be the Copilot. So everyone, the Copilot can help to anyone basically, and it can improve our,
yeah.
let's be
So
honest, the
I
work.
think the major concern is the security risk and the policies around AI. So
Yeah,
because of the misuse and things, that's why they're trying to enforce more of a uh whether it's using content safety for any like use of words, or because it can be misused and things. So that's a
yeah.
good aspect to be aware of potentially.
Yeah, and a lot of trainings I think need to come in the next coming years. Let's be honest,
Yeah,
because the people we don't know, but the people usually, know to get things in the wrong direction, if I may say like that, not on that, but the wrong direction instead of on the right direction, and do the stuff as needed. Nice, nice, nice to hear. Perfect. Uh, how Nicholas started with the computers? When?
so I started computers since I was very young, because when XP was started, so I
Yeah,
had my
yeah,
own computer, and then I gradually took computing like in for high school and college and university. And after university, I explore uh like the more of IT. So
yeah,
because I watch people like watch my friend creating those labs and stuff where they're doing test
yeah,
scenarios, and I end up creating one as well, just to be able to further my learning.
yeah,
And the one that inspired me before is like pre-COVID. I were inspired by some famous people like Tim Warner and Mike
yeah,
Pfeiffer,
yeah,
because they were like post-COVID and didn't have nothing. It was quite hard to get a job before then. And then
yeah.
I heard about the DevOps route and the cloud, and I went to their session and they inspired me. And then that's why I look towards getting my new certifications. Yeah,
Yeah,
end up like getting few certification, and then I get a job towards that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Do you remember your configuration of your first computer, mate? You went really far. Really,
Yeah. Because
came
my
2 years
first,
ago. So
yeah,
that's
because
why I didn't interrupt you because I see your vibe and getting there. I said, no, no, no. Let's go back again
first
now.
computer would be from
Yeah.
like XP. Those
Yeah.
XP, yeah.
Windows
Uh,
6P, but the
yeah,
configuration, the hardware configuration, do you remember?
I can't remember. It was like using floppy disk in the old computer, like using
Yeah,
floppy
yeah.
disk
In the past,
and
yeah, it
boot
was fast.
disk. And then whenever I had to boot something, I had to just boot it from USB and floppy disk
Yeah.
for a
Okay.
long time. Yeah,
Nice.
and then end up getting a desktop, and then end up switching back to a laptop. And then because a desktop turned to a home lab, and then it ended up like it's switching the home lab to something else, like whether it's that mini servers as well. So those
Nice.
things, and then now when I end up finding that cloud is a big thing, end up
Yeah.
using cloud more, and then I use less on home lab, but I still use it as a test, whether it's some like on-prem things as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Virtual machines and all the stuff, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. And what was the first game that you played on
So,
this XP?
so first game is uh, what I would say kind of like World of Warcraft, those things. So it
World
was
of
like
Warcraft.
it's
Wow.
like it's similar to it like Guild Wars and World of Warcraft, but it's not World of Warcraft. It's like Guild Wars. It's like it's using CD-ROM and
Okay.
yeah, and just like adventures game and on CD. So I had
Yeah.
a desktop computer and then normally boot from it and play with it and get like a massive good graphics card for it and normally play
Yeah.
with it quite a long time. Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Did you play some sport gaming?
Sports game. So it's only when a few years after when I end up getting a PS4, then I play
Yeah.
like FIFA
Yeah, I
on
know
the
that. But not
console.
on the computer, and all
No,
the stuff.
no,
No.
no.
Okay, 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 okay. Nice to hear, me. When you started with the Windows XP, if I may say like that, do you how to say the progress of your what you are now as an MVP, if I may say like that, you started or what were your baby steps in the IT technology or IT industry, if I may say like that? Does they were Word, Excel, for example, this type of thing? For me, it was, if I may honest, in the past was Pascal and all that stuff. Programming, but
Yeah,
also front page. I'm saying because in my period was also you can create a web page, and the
yeah,
application included in the Office 365 was Microsoft front page, where you can create hyperlinks, HTML, basically web page. So, what were your, if I may ask, the starting points getting into the IT, if I may call it like that?
so my starting point were self-learn really. So self-learn and certifications and able to just motivate yourself to learn something.
Okay.
So I didn't uh when I didn't know anything, I just normally just like try to play around with it and to learn something.
Okay.
And so that's my motivation to get my first job because as well as getting certification, like for example, Azure Fundamentals 104,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so those are the motivation. As well as by seeing other people's like online, like when I were s- like seeing other people online and doing end up you want a job like with like in that industry. So whether it's
Yeah.
DevOps or cloud related, and you're to just my motivation is having like a role model really. So whether it's
Yeah.
someone to admire, and then you're to just you want that job, whether it's at Microsoft or be like someone that you can like look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my motivation. So I think to get started, whether no matter if you're really like new to IT or any or not even IT at the moment, because your skill can be transferable, whether you even if it's soft skills as well. So have just being motivated and have a passion to learn that over to make you succeed, really.
I like it, this one. You don't need IT, you need to be motivated. I completely agree. Because sometimes, yeah, even now we see that it's a lot of free resources on the internet. For
Yeah,
example, on our phone or anything, you can just open something and you will find a free learning
yeah,
material, especially for Microsoft, if I may say like that. It's stupid to say now AWS because I don't know how it is in that community so far, because I'm not using and working on that. Maybe it's good sometimes to visit that, but I don't know how is the learning material. Maybe it have also free. But I want to say for our topics like Microsoft Azure, Office,
yeah.
Windows, servers, I mean, anything, just take I don't know, some device, open MS Learn. You don't know from where to start, if I may say like that.
Yeah. So if you don't know where to start, you can needle message, look up to find someone that able to in that industry and just message them really, and
Yeah,
or find someone like and they were to guide you. So lots of people would just be able to help you, whether it's to
indeed.
like do some courses, do programming, those things. So it's
Yeah,
because like what you said, skills can be learned, but not the attitude of the person when you hire someone. It just
yeah.
depends if you're motivated enough to learn.
True, true. Completely agree, and I can put stamp on it if I may say like that, because that's
Yeah.
also my experience. There is a people coming on trainings, to be completely honest, paid by company, and it costs a lot of money. 2, 3 trainings. They are on the training and doing this. Yeah, up, yes, yes. Yeah, we need to buy groceries. Basically, he's not even listening, and he's typing on the phone and all the stuff. So again, I completely agree with you, mate. And the motivation, it's really have a big part on this type of the learning process itself, if I may say like that. Nice. You in the cloud working, and what was your first certificate, if I may ask like that?
So my first one would be in cloud would be the Azure Fundamental.
Okay, AZ
Yeah,
900.
yeah, AZ900.
Nice, nice. A lot of theory.
Yeah, so there's a lot of theory, but it's a good certification to get started because it just give you variety of like services in Azure that you get to know too. Because most of the theory itself.
True, 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 true. And it's quite big. I mean, on the material base with a lot of theory and all that stuff, how it goes. So it's
Yeah, because it's not a lot of material, but you can just pass it by doing some like MS Learn and maybe some like
true.
so a Pluralsight or a Cloud Guru, and then that's it. There's not much because I normally combine my certification with theory, doing the courses as doing some labs, whether it's just
Yeah,
booting up like Azure Portal or just doing something else because hands-on experience cannot beat. It always beat
true.
theory.
Yeah, true. And basically, again, if I go back now 2 minutes ago, we will hear the same. And that's if you have the right motivation, that's it. Everyone can start and learning and gain some knowledge, if I may say like that. Good. Okay. Okay. Nice to hear. You mentioned one person, which
Yeah,
was yeah, one person you mentioned, and I write it down. I was listening a lot in 2000. Which one? COVID, before COVID, doesn't matter. I was following him a lot. Mike Pfeiffer.
yeah,
I
it's
don't know
me.
what happened with that person, but he have his own podcast. He have more than 100 episodes, something like that. I usually listen one for the guy was IT support, and then he became some software engineer or something. It's some type of that type of motivation, if I may say like that.
Yeah,
But because you mention it, where is Mike Pfeiffer and what he's doing? Because he was quite, and he has created also some type of education platform he have, if I remember
yeah,
good. I subscribed on that one. I have access. I was learning in that period, if I remember good, Python. He have some training there, also within Microsoft Azure and how this and that, some basic lessons, if I may say like that.
yeah. I'm
And
not sure where is he because he lived in America. he's
Yeah,
quite. He's not really in a community anymore, so I'm not. He's quite distant, so
yeah,
it's more of a, like Tim Warner that's normally with him.
yeah, yeah.
He asked me where is he, so he's like Mike Pfeiffer training company is still there, so he's probably
Okay,
doing something behind the scene or something, most likely.
okay,
That's what
okay.
I would advise, because he's
Yeah,
creating
yeah.
a new one. It's like F something start with. Can't remember the name.
Ine. Ine, basically, I just saw it and I'm searching if I can find the instructors just to see if he's there. Because he was one of the, if I remember good, one of the first people that shared ine.com. Basically, it was the name of that. I'm just looking at the instructors, to be honest. Yep, here it is. Mike Pfeiffer, I found it. And for who we are talking, quite nice experience guy. Let me
Yeah,
see. Yeah,
so the main one is Mike Pfeiffer, Tim Warner, and maybe John Saville. So those are very
yeah.
good. Steve.
John
I
Saville,
always want
quite
him.
good.
John Saville went to Ignite, but I didn't get a chance to meet him. He were there for briefly a little bit in a
Yeah,
session.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Tim Warner was the guy from Plural Site, if I
Yes.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a
Okay.
trainer from Pluralsight as well. He did some courses with Mike Pfeiffer and where it's cloudskills.io on his new platform as well. Sometimes he's on there. So
Yeah.
Tim Warner is more active at the community at the moment.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
doing, yeah.
I
But
remember because yes. Sorry.
I just don't know where Mike Pfeiffer is, to be honest, because
Yeah, I remember
he
when he
was
was
a
starting
legend.
the when he was starting the platform, this ine.com. It's about trainings and all that stuff. But a couple of months ago, I'm receiving all the time on one of my emails. Every Friday, they send some
Yeah.
email with the latest trainings. And I said, "What is this? From where this come on this advertisement, all that stuff?" But I just ignored. And now, when you started, basically, I even write it down. Mike Pfeiffer. I said, I know that person from somewhere. And then it came to my mind because he was really active 2 years, I think, doing a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. Podcast, when the podcast was not the podcast like we have now, every second have a podcast. But it was quite, and it was really good podcast with nice equipment, audio, all that stuff. On
Yeah.
Spotify, I remember I was listening. And then he said that, then the learning platform. And then he said, I'm going in a new challenge, blah, blah, blah. And basically, now it came to my mind when you mentioned him. I remember how I get the emails on Outlook, basically, which is spamming a lot of time. But now it rings the bell to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Not,
I think the training platform before was cloudskills.io, then they moved to a new one. And then
okay.
that's the one that they inspired me. So when I was going do some training things, so
Huh?
yeah. So that's quite
Nice.
good because there's quite
Nice. Uh, you're working more on the system side or development side, if I'm asking?
so I'm currently in more of a upside operation
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
So what that would involve is more of a whether it's infrastructure as code, so more of a
Pipelines.
Terraform, pipelines, GitHub Actions, bit of like a bit of Bash, bit of Python, just code it really, and just
Yeah,
code the infrastructure in Azure as well. Yeah, so I use Azure now currently quite every day in my job. So my job could be varies between refactoring some pipeline, putting new features in Azure DevOps, those things as well.
nice. But also you mentioned Terraform.
Yeah, because where I work is always it's a Terraform house, so everyone know Terraform there at the moment. So I learn
Nice.
and I kind of know a little bicep because it's kind of good to know some bicep because that's Microsoft related. So
Yeah.
it's it's good to know both. So
True. True. What it help also, maybe you can start for the bicep, just connecting the dots, and maybe it will help you mate for the future. I started in the past with when the CLI ring the bell, and basically
Yeah.
it helped me also with the DevOps automation on the DevOps side, infra as a code using the Azure CLI, but also helped me later. The CLI helped me later for the bicep because you have some small connections in the commands and all that stuff. So maybe just as an idea for you, if you ever just want to deep dive and go on that side also to work
Yeah,
bicep,
because I
CLI.
normally just look at the JSON really, wherever it's on
Yeah,
this the ARM template file in
yeah,
the portal, and then you're able to just config whether it's making some edit on it, the bicep file regarding it. But it doesn't seem that hard, to be honest. When I looked at it, it just more of a give you more of a lots of like parameter that need to change, lots of values as well. So, but I find Terraform much better for myself. Yeah,
nice. Nice. That's nice to hear. Nice to hear. Yeah. Basically, it's a personality. I'm calling like that.
yeah,
Depends on the person and how he wants to do all that stuff. So if you like it better and you can achieve the goal that it's in that project or work related, I mean,
yeah,
it's very simple to continue on that. Nice.
yeah.
Really
Because
nice to
I
hear.
work with developers in my projects, whether
Yeah.
it's like helping them with an issue, it's in regarding their uh the app service or Azure related stuff when they raise a ticket. Yeah.
Yeah. How may what was your challenging project so far, if I may ask like that? Because we have a lot
So
of challenging things when it comes to Terraform, pipelines, automation, refinement of the code, this, that, a lot of things. Let's be honest.
So I would say that it's not really a challenging thing, but the most of more is to be able to be more awareness of what
Okay.
you when you commit things, like whether
Yeah.
it's be aware of like security issues or the impact it have over eh, the the tenant or the client itself. So
Okay.
whether it's when you push code, make sure you read it correctly and make sure it makes sense, and then as well just those things. So it's kind of like self-awareness of your code. It's really
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So
but
I have a small challenge with this in the COVID time. I will
yeah,
immediately give you an answer. In the COVID time, I was working on a big project the whole year. It was quite nice for me. It was from home, no traveling, all that stuff. To do not go back on that topic. We have a couple of developers that really, how to say it, didn't care a lot. Yeah, press pull. Go to the merge to master, and then a lot of issues pop up. This, that. So we implemented 4i principle. Maybe it will help you for this type of thing. Just sharing my how to say experience on that side because I have some similar thing on this. 4i principle till two people are not there to review the code. Nobody can push that to the master, basically.
okay, yeah. But I
There
think
is a
now
configuration in the branch policy. There is a configuration you can change. Default it's one. You can put two, and that means two
yeah, but
people need to approve.
that will be that it's pretty much a review anyway. But I mean, like when you make any like bicep changes or when you write code itself,
Yeah,
read it carefully line by line, and then maybe just use that LinkedIn to be able to help figure issues and stuff, whether it's formatting, uh, functions not working in code, those things before you actually push it. Like
oh yeah,
whether it's in GitHub Actions and ID DevOps to run the
yeah,
CI/CD. Because
yeah.
unless because you don't want to be like someone like having lots of commits at the moment and let as well. So at that one is not a big concern because it comes with experience. Because if you good at writing code later on, you will have less
Yeah,
commits. But
yeah.
yeah, it's just more of awareness to be able to read carefully about
True.
what you commit and you line by code, be able to before you push it and get someone to review it.
True. True. Nice. How many time? How much per day you're using ChatGPT to review your code?
So review my code.
Refine your code.
So I use it in relation to like Google, really. So I can
Yeah.
use it to. I use an example, like given like tell it to give me an example of to create like a loop in Terraform, where there's a for
Yeah.
loop function lookup as well, and then you just use it as an example. So I use it instead of Google like an assistant.
Yeah.
So how I use it is that I normally use Copilot Chat on
Yeah.
Bing Enterprise as well. So if it's secret like subscription ID, tenant ID, those things, I normally put it Bing Enterprise because those are
Yeah.
private related.
Yeah.
But I normally, if it's not relating to any, like if it just code itself and no
Yeah.
secrets regarding it, I just pop it in Copilot and explain it to her, and that's what. And then that way, able to give me like various options to use it, and then
Yeah.
I'll be able to make my judgment whether that works for me and just test it. Those things.
So you're aware about this secret and the subscription ID and all that, which I quite
Yeah,
like it, to be honest.
those are because it's more. I use those are more important because since being Copilot is more of a private things, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to push through everything on like GitHub Copilot because it will belong to Microsoft end of the day. So I kind of even Bing is part of Microsoft, but it's more private. So I normally just if it's secret related, I put Bing Enterprise. If it's not, just code itself. I put it Copilot Chat and then just tell it to explain something, and I'm able to find me solutions, and then be able to, and you just test it. And then I
Yeah.
use it to help myself, whether it's like if today I didn't know how lookup function in Terraform works, and then it
Yeah.
helped me explain it, helped me learn a little bit about it, those things. So
Okay.
I use for various options as well, so it's quite cool.
Nice.
But
Nice. That's
don't
nice to hear.
ever use it as your final product, to be honest.
Yeah.
Don't ever just copy and paste it and use it straight from Copilot Chat. So be
Yeah.
able to, you need to be able to review it and make sure it fit for your purpose, whether it's
Yeah.
your fit for your use case, whether
Nice.
it's deploying a new infrastructure, whether it's in you need to make some changes with naming convention. I use it like an assistant. Tell me
Yeah.
how something work, and then I change it how I want to change it.
Nice. And that's how we need to use, let's be honest. I
Yeah,
mean, that's the reality. Is not just copy paste from your development machine, put
yeah.
everything there, enter,
No,
that's
that's why
what we
that's why if
sorry.
you copy and paste code, even if it's add your DevOps pipeline and things to a new
Yeah.
pipeline and use it, it's bad practice because you have to understand it and be able to see whether it's something's wrong and fit for your use case.
Yeah. Nice. That's nice to hear. Nice to hear. Thank you about this. I really like it approach because I'm doing most of the time similar things. If I may say
Yeah,
like that, even when I at home when I have a playground and do all the stuff. But what we saw also, because I'm part of currently of the CISO department, what we saw a lot of people also, not just in the company but other outside of the company, people doing really copy paste, or the worst thing that is happening at this moment, and it's not just here, I saw it's everywhere. They just take a picture, upload to the chat gpt copilot, and basically it gives suggestions
yeah.
a lot.
Because to be honest, if I do that, it will raise lots of flags with my security teams and stuff, and then it will be a big concern to the client because
Yeah.
you could have like if you have like if you put your app registration, your GA app registration on GitHub and it's been
Yeah.
leaked, then people have access to it. So it's to
Yeah.
serve a security concern to be more aware what you push upstream repo.
Yeah.
Even though we love open source, all
Okay.
our code is open source, but it's just secrets or things that's confidential. We just put private. But the
Yeah.
code
Within
itself
the
is
company.
open source. Yeah, but code itself is pretty much open source because you can't. There's it's just code really. There's nothing
Yeah.
belongs to the client, where it's the subscription IDs, tenant IDs, those things.
That's good to hear. Did you have any training, if I may say, like that, as a development on the code about these security concerns and all of that stuff, if I may ask like that, mate?
So I would suggest anyone that's starting to a new team that's like don't know where to go, always try to ask your team lead or colleague before
Yeah.
you do anything, whether it's ask them and see whether there's any documentation regarding branching strategy, what you can and cannot do as well.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Uh, because it rings the bell. Now I just want to connect the dots. How it came working in Azure and in parallel learning Terraform, if I may ask like that. From where it's coming the Terraform, because of the project or something that you were always willing to learn, maybe, or something like that?
So Terraform is I kind of learn it from that Cloud Skill IO ages
Yeah,
while ago because I did some Terraform courses. I did like Udemy courses in Terraform,
yeah,
and when I get my get a job, my current job,
yeah.
I was glad that it's Terraform as well. So every day I use Terraform and just improve it really.
Nice.
So
That's
I'm
nice.
constantly
Yeah,
learning about Terraform because I'm still I'm not an expert in Terraform, but I try to improve my skills because there's a lot
that's
of like people that's better than yourself with Terraform. But the only advice I would say is uh, be more aware of your code, what you do. So
yeah,
yeah, because anything as long as you're a good coder, be able to review your code yourself, then you're able to uh you can write anything really because you have like assistants because you can get assist with like whether it's internal documentation or a colleague to help you as long as
yeah,
you're able to motivate yourself to, for example, use like whatever it's AI copilot or something, or another
yeah.
thing copilot to find an assistant, find something regarding what you do.
Nice, 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 nice. That's nice to hear because also I like the two, 3 points that you make. I must be honest, especially for the security one. My experience, it says how many in total? Already 20 years of experience, and 17 of them, 17, 18. I was as a DevOps engineer working, and last 2 years I switched a little bit just to change the view from the other side to see how it is. I see still a lot of maturity need to be changed, a lot of habits to the development side, and to what you said now, it's completely on the my side, if I may say like that, and makes me happy to hear. Yeah, I'm checking if there is the ID of the tenant, ID of the
Yeah,
subscription, is the
but
secret there?
we normally work alongside the like ops like developer in a way because there's only one team, so we normally whenever they create PR, it will be someone else in their team that review it, like a senior people, those things. So
Nice.
there's only one team really in the DevOps space.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Nice, nice. No,
because
it's quite valid. Yeah,
you just
sorry.
bridge the gap between operations and DevOps, and there's lots of our like the task that you must I do at work is more of a helping developer or uh helping you to and helping the client be able to like be more productive, whether it's more of a self-service approach where they can be able to just do it easily, whether it's creating like a pipeline they can easily click on to run things as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's nice to hear. And again, I completely agree, mate. A lot of points you made, I must be honest, but that's how it's come. Again, if we go back on the starting point, it's really to share the experience and to motivate the others because last Wednesday, I was speaking on one security conference about DevSecOps journey because we are doing that currently in my role, and it's quite challenging also with the developers. I mean, I would be really happy. I would be really happy if I have this type of developers like you, but it's a little bit on the opposite side where it's using mostly copy paste for. Oh, I sorry, I forgot the secret there. But why is that? What's the problem? It's test environment, this, that, blah, 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 which is quite takes some time, to explain, to convince. This is the best practices. You should use this instead of putting just in the pipeline and all this stuff. And it's happening a lot. I was searching a lot of leakage of the secrets, a lot of leakage of data via the pipeline and all that stuff in the big companies, especially. So I completely agree, and I'm quite positive what I'm hearing now from you. To be honest, completely.
Yeah, because there's no uh, lots of things when you do with like whether it's Bicep or Terraform, there's not one particular way to do it. You can do
Yeah,
it different ways. It's
true.
so it's the way that fit you and that works with the use case really.
That's true. That's completely true, and I agree completely. Perfect. Uh, Tell me, do you have tried something to deploy, for example, with the AI and AI services in the Azure, if I may say like that? Did
Yeah,
you
so
explore, play around?
I most of the AI, I created some chatbots like for my current project, like for POC, and majority of the AI itself was when I was just playing around with it in my own time, whether it's open AI, I do
Okay.
open AI and just play around with the language studio, play around with the prompt, play around with
Yeah.
different deployments as well. So it's most of like uh so I kind of it's at the moment currently Microsoft is making the AI studio more of a like a hub central point of like all the different AIs. It's
Yeah.
they kind of rename in Microsoft Ignite called AI Foundry now. So
True.
everything will be based there. So even though you still have the AI open AI playground for testing
Okay.
and stuff, everything should be within AI Foundry. It has a GUI itself, and then you can still be able to use like whether it's OpenAI SDK and Python SDK to interact with the modules and stuff, whether it's
Yeah.
creating agent, semantic kernel. That's what I think.
Okay. Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, most of my AI would just be learning, just really learning and try to play around with it really, whether it's
Yeah.
trying to,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. What's your experience with the big companies using AI and all the stuff at your side, if I may say like that? Do you, I don't know, do you have around you, if I may say, also from the friends maybe, or somebody that is working in this industry, for example, how is going on the in the company side, if I may say like that? Are they started switching, doing the
Yeah,
stuff?
so some people in my company, there's some projects that actually already embrace AI. So whether
Yeah.
it's doing lots of POC at the moment, and some of them is like whether it's thinking about using in production. But in my current project, we use it we use it as an integration with Slack,
Oh,
Slackbot,
nice.
OpenAI, as just like a assistant, a chat assistant, they would just
Yeah.
chat to it with any like per in documentation and like whether it's looking through Jira, past tickets someone created, uh, looking through GitHub with documentation as well, and then just any prompt really.
Nice.
Yeah, just to be able to help make the any issues that comes up with in the past easier. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so if someone raised something like said something a few months ago, you'd be able to just look where it's been said in a ticket with the documentation, and it will just
Yeah.
bring those things up, and then you'll be able to close tickets easily because it's more productivity really towards the developer and myself.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
those really, and then we don't. majority of it just really whether it's used to help your save your life, help your day job easier. So whether it's compressing those video files, whether it's having like long like show and tell, we normally do a feature called show and tell. So any new
Yeah.
features we created, we show it and tell, whether it's giving a little session about a new feature to the wider team.
Okay.
And we normally, like, since it's like 1 hour video, we compress it with using OpenAI to compress it and give a summary of the video itself. So we do
Oh,
it to those
wow.
things as well.
Wow, that's quite impressive, I must be honest. So I didn't hear about this from anyone.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think you can just use it with Teams as well. So, when you create like team video, you can use the
yeah.
transcript. So you just use OpenAI to just compress those transcript and to summarize it really. Because
Oh,
like there's a Copilot for Teams.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when you record a team meeting, it'll just give you a transcript and you just pretty much summarize that, use Copilot to it. That's it. There's not much to it.
No,
So
no.
instead of
So
like waiting for like 1 hour, 2 hours, big like show and tell to see what someone learned and what talk about in a session in your project, we just summarize it so it's quicker, so people can get pretty concise information.
yeah, nice, nice. No, long story short, I have heard a lot about how the companies are using AI and all the stuff, but I
Yeah,
didn't heard about the video, like your use case, which is quite impressive to hear. That also, uh, people are starting to use more and more and more and more just to figure it out, create the use case in to be
yeah.
simple.
So we
And
try trying to embrace it as much you can on what we do. So whether it's we're using whether it's using the new GitHub code review option because
yeah,
it's currently in preview, and just get AI to review your code as well. Those things.
nice, nice. That's nice to hear. Yeah, I really like that topic. I must, to be completely honest, I was preparing myself for AI, but I'm saying usually a little bit advanced on this case because next week I'm implementing one, let's say, as a project. Maybe you have seen in the MS Learn there is a call center AI, which takes the Azure AI and then basically audio files, transcript, and all the stuff, and showing about miscode, what was the conversation in Power BI, which is quite big architecture and all that stuff. So far, I tried a couple of solutions, testing at home, and it quite okay, and I'm quite positive. So next week, I hope that it will
Yeah,
be
because
implemented.
that
Yeah,
that should be that could be that's probably similar what we do with the summary of the Teams call, because
yeah,
you can still use it to get what the missed calls and anything that missed like a session, like we got dropped out, what time set you start videos, what time you end the videos, those things, like the the metadata, and then we're able to just use that metadata uh, and export it to a Power BI, like you said, for more visualization for like senior people if they want more
true,
visualization for
true,
reporting
true.
purposes.
That's nice, but it's there is a lot of use cases. We just I'm saying usually we need just to think about a little bit more and focus on the things, and then I think we will figure it out the solutions.
Yeah,
And
because I
it-
always like to hear how people's embracing AI in their job or in at their work and stuff, whether it's using more AI with Azure DevOps itself, or using
yeah,
AI more GitHub itself, or just using more AI just just to help you in by using a self-service function like chatbots, those things. Just I'm
yeah,
curious
yeah,
to know how people is using AI really.
yeah.
So
So I discussed with quite big amount in the last 6 months, if I may say like that. Also,
yeah,
I went to I was in Norway 2 weeks ago. I discussed also with those people, and basically what I can say mostly, or if I may say 70, 80, 85% of the companies, the first step that they do is to automate the HR process. Basically, for example, chat bots, as you said, but this is mostly, for example, instead of me and you asking HR, hey guys, how are you? And then they will reply after 15 minutes, that you just ask how many vacation days left from my vacation. And then the bot will start checking in the background and say, yeah, Nicholas, you have 10 days left from your vacation. What is my, I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't ask, but I expect that all the HR details like salary, agreement, or what type of agreement I have, how many vacation days, did I use sick leave, this and that, he can make basically the bot.
Yeah,
And
because
mostly it's
that's
HR stuff for now, what I'm hearing, and it's a quite a big amount of people, like 85%, if I may say, from a lot of people that I discussed in
yeah.
all the companies, also around Netherlands, also Norway. The first step, automate that one instead of me and you going to HR, discuss la 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 la, and then do this and that.
Yeah, you can automate some process in HR stuff, but I'm not sure about like some private informations and stuff. Like people want to disclose personal information like salary, your address, and those things in HR. That's the
Yeah,
only thing that I'm aware of. People might not like.
yeah, but you can because, for example, I was reading about this 2 months ago, and I can confirm in how it is. Basically, within the enterprise, in this case, it's a Copilot, Microsoft Copilot solution in enterprise company and all that stuff. When you upload the data, if I may say like that, only the user have access to the data. For
Yeah,
example, if it's Nicola, this is your computer. You ask the Teams, he recognizes the user. Hi, Nicholas. Wait, how much money is my, or what is my salary? He will give you some, I don't know, gross or net. I don't know, basically based
yeah,
on the company.
because
I
that
agree. Yeah, it's a sensitive privacy also, all that stuff. But I think depends on the company, mate, most of the time.
Yeah, because you can still upload it to Azure storage and get and then create some like files with your like whether it's your personal information and get chatbot to read it from there as well. Because that will be
Yeah,
it. And then just protect the AI itself to see whether it's only have HR access to storage Azure storage and things with the files itself. You can do it like that as well.
indeed, indeed, indeed. That's true. That's true. But it have most of the time, I think, for 2024, I can say that the most used use cases are chatbots and automating the HR processes. To be honest,
Yeah,
now it triggers me another thing that I think we will see a lot in 2025, and that's what you said about the summary of the videos. Because I think globally, what I see, what I hear also in my daily job, most of the time spent really a lot of time on meetings, to be honest, discussions,
yeah,
discussions. So I think the first quarter of next year, I'm expecting that it will be a lot of, I would say, use cases of a summary of the meeting, if I may say
yeah,
like that. Yeah, and what was the meeting about, and blah, blah, blah. And
yeah,
Q2, I really, so far, I don't know what to expect, but I expect something like call center to be automated, the one that I am trying to implement now in as my project, basically. And that's a call center where basically it will help to these people that are the whole day, la, 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 basically. It will help to make a summary. But if I connect now what we said 1 minute ago, you have a auto call, for example, calling something, ordering pizza. You have a AI chatbot, la 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 la, and then basically your solution, it will summarize what was the call about. So
yeah.
you already have one line where basically ordering pizza can be so simple sometimes. Yeah, this, yeah, we can't hear you, this and that, and blah blah blah. So now I think I'm expecting more complex solutions to start automating maybe mid
Yeah,
end of
it's a
2025.
yeah. So majority of the complex solution they'll be turned into like an agent, and then be able to whether it's like integration with like logic apps with OpenAI, whether it's make it more of a automate process, whether
Yeah,
it's more of a process flows. Yeah,
true, true, and of course depends where the process allows. Indeed, uh,
yeah,
but let's see. I think it will have a lot of work in the next 2-3 years till this most of the use cases are aligned, the data. And again, the major problem what I see is the security for now, how this will guarantee that our data is somewhere, because now one small mistake can make a big problems. I think if the data is leaked, then
Yeah, but
really,
if your data is in like your tenant and then it's only you, the client access to your tenant or you have access to your tenant, then it should be fine because there's no leakage because
yeah.
it's just following the best practice really, the IAM principle, giving the least project possible.
Yeah, that's true, but it's needed a lot of, I would say, some type of education, if I may say.
Yeah.
But I mean, even for
There's
me, I'm saying, yeah, all the time we need to educate ourselves, learn
yeah,
something new.
yeah, because there's a lot of like Microsoft have a lot of copilots out there, but
Yeah,
even like Sales Copilot or Teams Copilot or like Power BI Copilot, but you don't. Lots of people don't know where to get started with the Copilot itself, whether it's in a Copilot journey and things. Yeah.
true.
So I would
That's true.
advise if someone don't know, just reach out or just have a look at one of the Microsoft Learn, whether we're using, there's a new one called Copilot, uh, can't remember, challenges or something, like, can't remember, it's like, it was new, recently out in one of the AI tour thing. It's like, it's like one of the, I'll send the link afterwards, it's one of the site that I'm able to help people learn more about Copilot, so whether, yeah, we
That's
get
quite
started
interesting.
as well.
Sounds quite interesting. That's really nice.
Yeah, I
So,
can't remember the
yeah,
site, but there's also Copilot College as well. Yeah, that's been created by Microsoft. You're able
yeah,
to all the documentation when you're new to Copilot and lots of videos and with you changing career, where to get started, those things. Yeah.
that's nice. Yeah, previously was click, 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 select what technology, role, this and that,
Yeah.
but now with the Copilot, if it's
It's more
automated,
what integration with your role itself. So
nice.
if you're if you want to head into like an architect role, it
Yeah.
probably would tell you whether it's to do certification really well, like whether it's AI 900 or AI uh one of, can't remember, the 204 thing or the
One
AI.
of four, two or four, indeed, indeed.
Yeah, those things, and able to the career path it needs to do, like whether it's some like uh whether it's some practical projects and stuff, and you use AI, whether it's creating chatbots and things, just to help people learn more about AI.
Nice, nice. Ooh, a lot of things are going. Oh, that's nice. What is your next challenge for next year, if I may ask you, mate, for learning on
So
learning perspective, if I may say like that? What is your plan?
learning next year, learning perspective. I would, I might be planning on doing the AI 900,
Okay.
the fundamental one. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I, because I think this year I was planning on doing the Azure networking, but I started some Microsoft Learn things and
Yeah.
documentation. Yeah, so I'm trying to lean more of a AI route as possible because it's trying to like learn more AI. I'm able to assess whether it's your project or use cases with AI.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
so it's not. It's just next year. My challenge would be more of a more focus on uh self-awareness and become like an engineer, be more proficient in what you do.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, yeah, because in Azure itself, no one can learn anything really, because it's big itself. So whether it's just learn something and test something, just be proficient and know what you're doing before you're able to create something in production, those things, and like just be more aware of what you're surrounding.
Nice. Nice. AI.
And
So
then
next year. AI.
because
But the whole year you will not learn AI fundamentals, mate. What was after
no,
AI?
no, it's not all about AI. So the next year is aside for I'm going to the MVP summit next year though, so I'll be at MVP
Okay.
summit, and then I'm considering go to Microsoft Build. So
Okay.
I'm kind of like quite a bit on the community side as well. So I
Yeah.
might give me a challenge of creating more of a creating something for the community. So I'm currently trying to help out with the AI global AI community in London. So I'm trying to help out when I can by organizing events, those things. So
Nice.
hopefully be able to do that because aside from that, have my user group as well. So able to I do some like online thing as well, and occasionally I do in person. So next year we'll just build upon that really. So
Nice.
just helping whether it's helping the global AI community and build upon my community and uh just be more of a try to balance more of a healthy lifestyle as well as work, whether it's
Yeah.
being like going to the gym, having time, so having time more of a family time as well as
Yeah.
your career. Because no, don't get me wrong, career is important, but you need to have more of a downtime as well. So
True.
yeah, like kind of switch off a little bit. Yeah,
That's
so
very nice. That's
so
very nice.
whether it's going to the gym or going out with friends, those things. Yeah, because
Nice.
this year I kind of like, even though I still do that, I need to try to make more time, those things when I can. Like whether it's a family member or just make more time to those things. Because those are
Nice.
more important than work. Because work would always be there. The technology, the technology we work, it always will be there, no matter if we get older or young. So, but I think it's just the people really. So
Indeed, and mostly it's a balance. And I really like how you went in which direction, mate. I really like it. Basically, and I think that's a good point again from you that yeah, the work will be there, but we need to improve and get there basically
yeah, so
still and
it
long.
could be like going out, go to the gym occasionally to keep fit, or just spending time with some friends and family. Those things could be occasionally like those are
True,
just
true. Just a
yeah,
change, just a small
yeah.
change sometimes really helps.
Even though even if you enjoy like giving back to community like I do,
Yeah,
but yeah, so occasionally it's good to like switch off like for one day stuff. But sometimes you can't really do stuff because it's even if you're passionate, like at the moment I kind of like I'm quite passionate to helping people, whether it's like
yeah,
whenever I get good feedback from like the blog you wrote or anything. So do I look at that as inspiration? So
yeah.
and I look at other people in the community like Jonah Anderson as inspiration as well because she she wrote a book or those things, or she's big and community wise, and she goes to lots of places. So
Yeah.
uh those are my inspiration really. Even
Nice.
though they would say I'm their inspiration. So it's just those things really.
Nice, nice. Well, I even if I plan it, I cannot do it like this to finalize. To be honest, this type of episode because we are already more than 1 hour. I see. So I
Yeah.
have indeed. I have my last question. What was your last book that you read, mate?
Last book.
Yes.
So I haven't finished it yet.
What?
So
Okay.
so I started the Phoenix project before, the DevOps One Phoenix project.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
Phoenix
so I
Project.
haven't finished it. I need to continue that. And then Joanna gave me her book to read, and I need to give her feedback, to be honest. So I need to continue reading that. So
I think this is, if I go back 1 minute again, I will remind you what you said. Yeah, sometimes we need to turn off and just read the book, instead maybe not going in the gym, but just a small relaxation really helps very often on this type of things, if I may say like that. And reading book like Phoenix Project, I would say it's quite nice book, and I
Yeah,
really highly recommend to you. So I think for this the next coming period, because I think everywhere will be Christmas period, this and that, and
yeah.
freezing. I think you will have time and you can chill a little bit. I would say,
So I'm more of a hands-on like audio guy than visual than
yeah,
instead of like theory.
yeah,
So whether it's watching someone like videos and stuff, it's much better for me than actually reading a book because you what you read can come you might not be able to understand it as where someone's speaking it. That's how I
yeah.
look at it. So now I could just get audio really or version of it and try to listen to it really.
Indeed. Okay,
On
okay,
even though
okay.
it's through Amazon and stuff. That's why.
Yeah. I 4 months ago, I tried to read a lot. To be honest with you, the last
Yeah.
one that I bought the full collection of Arsene Lupin, the series on Netflix. Maybe you have seen that and all the stuff. But I also, because it's really tough to find the time and this and that, I subscribe to the. In my recommendation, it would be to have a lot of books there. Basically the Blinkist or something. Give me a sec. Blinkist. So Blinkist is a quite good audio recommendation. It have a lot, of course, others, but for me, basically for the choices and the categories that I'm trying to read, basically it helped me a lot, and all the suggestions are there. So maybe as a good recommendation, maybe they will have some discount on yearly subscription for New Year now, Christmas period. So maybe you can take a look. There is a lot. Audio something, Headspace, Deep Stash. Now I saw some new also. There is a lot. I mean, for audiobooks. But my tip is check if there is a books for what you prefer to read, because usually not all the books are there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my suggestion. Indeed. Okay.
Uh, Before we end it, I just want to put something in the chat and show you.
Yeah.
Uh, this is it. What I remember is like this Copilot College as well as this link I sent you on the private on the chat. If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
put it up the screen for everyone to see, it
Yeah.
was released in AI Tour. It's one of the. It's called AI Navigator. It's
Okay.
how it's like a way for people to get into AI, whether it's changing professional, get started in AI as well.
Yeah. Okay. AI skills navigator.microsoft. Indeed. AI skills. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you
Nice.
could just if you go that site when you can just learn everything through that AI stuff. It give you links to any documentation what you need to get started really in your AI journey.
Nice. 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 Maybe later I will put it in the chat also, but for those who want to see it, it's AI Skills Navigator. So it's from Microsoft, so everyone can check that and basically start their career in the AI side. It have quite a lot. I didn't know that they created new URL. Thank you for this, mate. By the way, I didn't know. Find your skills path and all that stuff. It looks quite interesting. I know there was some type of a hub, but I didn't know that they created like that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't know what to say except thank you from bottom of my heart. Thank you
No
for
worries.
everything. It was my pleasure to have you here. It was pleasure to see and hear, for example, your experience in all of these topics. As I said before, our inspiration, let it be for the others' motivation. So thank you again, and I hope we will see each other very soon, or we will have a catch up, drink beer,
Yeah.
either here somewhere or online, but we will see each other. Thank you one
Okay.
more time.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, and have a nice
Bye.
evening all. Bye bye.